All right, so what we're going to be talking about is when you have a potential customer, how to get them started and how to get them going. So sometimes it just starts as an idea in your head. You're like, hey, I've seen this person posting a lot about going to the gym and working on their health and fitness. Maybe I can reach out to them and see if they need a coach, or see if they're interested in coaching because they're being so motivating with their posts. Why not make a business out of it? Maybe they're interested. Or you just know them and you just want to reach out. You've enjoyed this journey and you want people to join you. I had some struggles at the beginning inviting people because I was afraid I was insulting them. Like, hey, I'm a health and fitness coach. Do you have any health and fitness goals that you'd like to work on? I felt, and this was about me, not them, that if I reached out to them, they would think I was calling them unhealthy, which I wasn't. Everyone, I don't care how big, small, tall, short, fat, skinny, healthy, unhealthy, whatever, you can be a marathoner or a couch potato. Everyone needs to work on health and fitness. The marathoner needs to run today, just like he did yesterday, as much as the couch potato needs to get up and do something. Just because you are an athlete doesn't mean you're fine. You need to keep going. You might need motivation. So once I realized, I have something to offer everyone needs to work on their health and fitness, I was able to realize, my issues were getting in the way of presenting this opportunity. It had nothing to do with other people. I don't look at people and be like, ooh, you need some Shakeology. I look at everyone and be like, you need Shakeology, because I think everybody needs Shakeology. Because that's how I feel. I think it's the best thing ever. And that's why I share with people. So when you have an idea of someone in your head, then what do? The first thing you do is go on their Facebook page and like and comment on some things. So they're kind of in your mind. So you're in their mind. And then the more you comment and like on someone else's post, the more posts of yours they'll see. Shakeology, Facebook has algorithms where not everyone in your friends list sees all your posts, because that's just how they do it. You've probably noticed, hey, I haven't seen this person in a while, and then you look them up and they posted some things that just don't show up in your feed because you haven't commented and liked, and they haven't commented and liked on your stuff. So they don't think there's as much of a connection there, so they stop showing up in your feed and you stop showing up in their feed. That's why after you've been a Beachbody coach for a little while, it will look like there are only Beachbody coaches on Facebook. And you're like, oh my God, it's flooded. All anyone must see is Beachbody coaches. No, all you see is Beachbody coaches, because that's what you're posting about. That's what Facebook thinks you're interested in. And, we're all messaging each other and commenting on each other's groups and posts. So, of course, we're all seeing each other's stuff. So just keep that in mind, that it might look like everyone in the world is a Beachbody coach, but it don't really look like that on your newsfeed. So first, you have an idea of someone, you go to their page and comment and like on stuff, and then maybe give it a day or two, then message them. And depending on who they are, what your relationship is with them, if you've talked to them recently or if it's been 20 years, will depend on where the conversation goes. Are you just what we call forming? Hey, saw that you got a new puppy. Oh my God, love it. So cute. What's its name? That's it. That's called form. That's a forming message. Never ever copy and paste a forming message. The entire purpose of a forming message is to be short, sweet, and personal. So just look at their page, pick out something, or, sometimes I want to form someone and they haven't posted since July of 2015. I can't be like, hey, how was that camping trip you went on 9 months ago? That looks really lame and stalkery. Unless it was something like, oh my God, I saw that you went to Brazil last summer. I am dying to go there. How was it? Or we're planning a trip. My husband and I are planning a trip to Buenos Aires in a year or 3. But if someone had posted about that, I would immediately message them, and not just because of Beachbody, because I'm very interested in learning about that. So, look at their page. If they don't have anything to connect to you with, or they don't have anything that you want to talk about, just be like, oh my God, I haven't talked to you in so long. How are you? I was just thinking of you. And then can you think of something that's happened, like someone I went to college with? I've been messaging people I went to college with a ton, because our 10-year reunions in June, a huge talking point for me to form with people. Oh my God, are you going to the reunion? I just signed up. I can't believe it's been 10 years. Simple, done. So that's a forming message. If And everyone has their different strategies of whether you use a form message or a cold invite. That's when you say, hey, how are you? And still say something personal. And then you go into the section of like, I don't know if you notice, I'm a health and fitness coach. This is what I do. I run monthly challenge groups. And you can say you run monthly challenge groups, even if you've never run a monthly challenge group, because you and I, or you and your upline coach, can run a monthly challenge group together. It's okay. We were all in this together. I run challenge groups every month. I will always, always welcome you all to put your customers in them and to run them with me. That's an open invitation forever. So you can say you have a challenge group coming up in a couple weeks, because I probably do. Then you type about it. Like, I didn't know if you had any health and fitness goals that you were working on. I'd love to help you out. Let me know. And then be like, anyway, I hope all's well. Hope you have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. That's called a cold invite, because you're just straight off the bat inviting them into something. You can do cold invites for coaching, but make sure who you're reaching out to makes sense. You can invite anyone to a challenge group. Anyone in the world could have health and fitness goals. Anyone, might be interested in this supportive group. And think about who you're inviting and what they might benefit from it and what they have to give to the group. If you just like remember them from high school and they were like your biggest cheerleader, and like on your bad days, you could go to them, even if you haven't talked to them in 5 years, like you would always go to them and like bitch about your bad day. And they were always so supportive. Remind them of that. Tell them like, you were super supportive. I know in this group, you'll be so supportive of the other woman, and you get support back. Or if you know they're super athletic, be like, I love all your posts about running. It's super motivating. You'd be super motivating to have in this group, and we know we'd love to, learn from you. Or, somehow making a connection so they feel a connection to the group, and you're presenting them with something. So that's a cold invite. The form, and then the cold invite. And then sometimes you go back and forth, and you're having different conversations. And the people that you're forming, like sometimes it'll always end a message with a question, because then they have something to respond to. And eventually people always ask, like, what are you up to these days? This is what I'm up to. That no one in the last year has asked me what I'm up to these days that didn't hear about Beachbody coaching. Like if I'm at a grocery store and I run into an old friend, they ask me, what do I do for work? This is what I do. Yeah, I have another job, but this is what I'm talking about. Because my other job is not exciting to me. This is exciting to me. And that's what I want to talk about it. It's also a way to connect with people. You'll go, once you've been talking with someone for a while about different, things, or you've talked to them about it and they thought maybe they're interested, check back with me. That's when you go back and do the follow-up. Hey, I know last time we talked, you had these goals you were working on, X, Y, and Z. Are you still working on them? Is now a better time for you? Or, hey, I know we talked a while ago about this and you weren't sure if it was for you. Did you have any more questions? I have another group coming up and I'd love to have you be a part of it. So that's how you, kind of continue the conversation through the follow-up. And then once they tell you that they're interested, and some people randomly will be like, yeah, I've heard about the 21-day fix. I really want it. Great. Comes with a bag of Shakeology. Let me get you all signed up. But some are like, yeah, I think I've got some goals. I have another script that I use where it's like, awesome. I'm so excited you want some more information. I'd love, as a health and fitness coach, this is what I do. I'd love to ask you, a few questions so I can get to know how I can help you better. And then I have 3 questions that I ask them, and then wrap it up. And, I have never asked someone these questions and they didn't respond to me. And that's when I can really get to know more about them. Like, I have 20 pounds to lose, or I am feeling really weak and I really want to build up some muscle, or I love dancing and I hate working out. And my goal is to feel comfortable in a non-mom bikini or a non-mom bathing suit by summer, or I'm looking to get my family into healthy eating and I have no idea how to do it. So whatever their goals are, that's when you can start really talking about, I hear you on that. I think it's great that you want to work, with the whole family. It's easier to get your nutrition on track if you have the whole gang doing it and you don't have to cook 7 different meals. What I would suggest is, and then the program that matches up with their goals. And if you have any questions,
What are the 3 questions you ask?
Oh, I have been working on a Word document of all of my scripts that I will post in the group this week. So you can see
God.
I have like 6 pages of scripts that
Bow down to you.
yes, I have been compiling them. Feel free, they're for the taking. Some of them I thought of myself, some of them I thought of from my sister, some of them I got from like a random team call. Make them your own. That's the only important thing. Like if you read it and it doesn't sound like you, use pieces of it. You can use the format, you can use some of the wording, the ideas behind it. But like I say, hey girl all the time because that's how I talk. If you've never said hey girl, don't do a hey girl message because people will be like, why'd you say hey girl? What's wrong with you? Just make it sound like you. And I say OMG out loud. I don't say LOL out loud because it took me like 5 years to figure out what that meant. Someone told me it meant something different, and that's what I thought it meant for like 2 years. I was using it all wrong, so I just gave up on that. But OMG I've got. And so like I say that in my messages all the time because that's how I talk. I used to sound very, very scripted in my message because I'm a writer. It's one of my strengths. So I would edit and I would have these perfectly, beautifully crafted messages where I used great punctuation and wonderful sentence structure, and it looked like it was written by an author. And no one responded because it sounded stupid. And it didn't sound personal or personable. So what I did, this was a suggestion from Katie, is I started dictating my notes. Like, pretended I wasn't even writing a message, pretending I was talking to someone about what their health and fitness goals were. And I would just stand there and talk into Siri, and I would just talk. And then I would look back at it, and then I would edit it and take out all the ums and the weird things and make regular sentences. But it needed to sound like it was coming from me. So if you guys are ever struggling with what to say to someone because like it just isn't coming out, well, first post it in the group. I'm happy. All of us are happy to bounce ideas off each other. Or if you get a response and you're like, oh, I don't know where to go with that, post it in the group. That's no problem. But try to dictate it. That's a suggestion I have that was helpful for me. May or may not work for you. But when you're writing messages, and especially if you're sending 3 to 5 messages a day or up to 10 messages a day, whatever your goal is, it can get a little rogue and mundane in there. And you don't want to sound like, for example, my alma mater calls me. It must be call bank time at school. I remember volunteering for the call bank all the time. And they call all the alumni and ask for all our money. And I'm like, dude, I'm still paying you guys. Call me when I'm not paying you, okay? But I can tell whomever is leaving me these voicemails is reading, I'm so sorry I missed you tonight. I hope things are going well since your graduation. I hope you're looking forward to Alumni Weekend in 3 weeks. Have you considered donating to the Dickinson? I know you're reading that. So don't make your messages sound like that. That's why just acting natural. So yes, I am compiling this group of messages, several pages long, and I've titled each one what I use them for. Use them, don't use them, whatever works for you guys. But I want to give you some of the resources that I have so you're not reinventing the wheel every day that you're talking to someone. And then once they're ready to go, I always say, awesome, I'm so excited. I've got that spot signed up for you. Let me know what your email address is and I'll get you all hooked up. And they say, okay, here's my email address, and say, awesome, I just sent you the link, and depends how, so get their email address, then try the Coach Mobile app. If that doesn't work, then you be like, then you send them
challenge group
for a challenge pack.
Oh,
yeah. No one in my challenge groups has not purchased a challenge pack for me. I've allowed one person since I started coaching to be in a challenge group without being on Shakeology.
It was Lindsay.
No, that's other coaches can do their own things. Only one of my customers has not been on it. That's a rule I have set up for myself because I think I know and so deep down to my bone believe in the value of Shakeology. I would not be where my health and fitness is. It works for my life. It has made me 1,000 times a healthier person. It makes my family healthier. My husband will not admit he's drinking it, but I know he is. because my packets are disappearing. And I caught him with strawberry, and he doesn't buy strawberry powder at GNC. So
The other morning, Jeff goes, you know that coffee stuff you got in that bag over there? Hey, that's pretty good. And I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
You drink it?
Yeah. So like, I know the value of it, and I just know that the results that they're looking for will be like just exacerbated so positively by them being on Shakeology that it's a requirement to be in my challenge group. They have to have like a damn good reason to not be on Shakeology. Like, Tanya, I would have let you in if you were allergic to it, but you turned out not to be. So that worked out really good. I also was like, lost sleep for 2 days because I kind of thought I would kill you, but I didn't. So, and if, you will get objections, you will get money objections, you will get taste objections. Like, I've never liked a shake in my life, or I'm not a shake person. I wasn't a shake person either. Post about the objections. We can help you with those. But when it comes down to it, Shakeology has a bottom of the bag guarantee. So try it. Try it a few different ways. Like, yeah, the first time you may not like it. The first time my sister had Shakeology, she mixed it with like tap water. And like, she has some taste stuff and her stuff. Anyway, so that was not for her. So she's like, this is not for me. So try it a few different ways. Like, she will only have it blended. She loves it blended. So that's why they do the bottom of the bag guarantee, and remind your customers of this. Hey, I totally get it. If it's not for you, return it and get all your money back. But I really think you're going to love it. Or I really think it's what's going to help you, especially like, you will attract other people like you. We are all very busy moms. Every single person on this call, because I attract busy moms. That's who my people are. My people are busy moms. I don't know a busy mom that couldn't benefit from Shakeology. I had it for dinner today because I did not have time, because my son wouldn't let me put him down for an hour and a half, literally physically put him down. So I made a shake because I was hungry, and it requires 2 hands to eat anything else, but it only requires 1 hand to go like this and drink a shake. And then he spilt it, but we cleaned it up. So, that's the benefit I see. So that's why anyone that's going to be in one of my health and fitness groups, like if someone mentions a 21-day fix, I don't even tell them you can buy it without Shakeology. Why would you not buy it as a combo? You save so much money. You get to try Shakeology, and if it's not for you, return it. I'm not insulted if someone returns it. Like, it's not a negative on me. It just wasn't for them. But I want them to have all the tools for success that I believe in, so that they're as successful as possible. And that's why, to just bring it full circle to last week's call, that's why being a top product of the product is so important. Because if you're going to be helping people connect with a program that worked for them, and you're going to be putting them in these challenge groups and helping support them, you have to believe in what you're talking about. Because we're not, selling lip balm here. Like, you don't have to believe in lip balm. You have to believe in these products. You have to, know that what you're selling is going to help them, and what you're offering to them. Because it's not even selling. Like, we are like, selling is like they buy and they move on. We coach them. That's why we're coaches, not distributors. We coach them. Once they are a customer of yours, you are their coach for life. They will be yours forever. So that's a service we're providing them. So yeah, it might cost a little more than walking down to GNC and picking something up, but does the guy behind the counter at GNC know everything about the products? And is he going to walk home with them and help them set it up and help them find the right recipe, and then check in with them every few days or every day during a challenge group to make sure they're on track and offer them a fitness pro? The benefits are endless. So that was a side tangent about money objections. But don't open with a money objection. Like, don't assume someone has an objection to the price. Don't talk like, and if it's too expensive, don't worry about it. You can always return it. If they haven't even mentioned price, you don't know how, what someone's situation is. Or even if, they are strapped for cash, but health is important to them. And this, they might not even be thinking about the price. They're just so concerned about being a happy or healthy person that they want what you're offering, because they've noticed how happy and healthy you've become, and they want that. So that's how to take it from a customer in your mind to a challenger. So sorry, I just rambled on for a really long time. All right, I'm going to stop the recording, or unless you guys have any questions about that. Okay.